So we're just a couple days away from Halloween Ends, and being that it's the 13th movie in the franchise, that's a lot of baggage to the average person, but luckily I'll let you know which ones are relevant and which ones are not for this. Alright, so the first thing you gotta get in your head, get Halloween 3 out of here. It has nothing to do with anything. No Michael Myers, nothing to do with the continuity, nothing to contribute. So it's completely own side story. Really what they wanted to do after Halloween 1 and 2 was kind of take it in an anthology direction, which kind of confused everybody. So after that, they just switched back to making movies about Michael Myers, which really puts it in a weird place because it's just kind of this odd black sheep of the franchise. It's actually a pretty decent movie that I'd recommend, but I'd say that as far as Michael Myers movies, no relevance, get it out of your head. So pretty much most of these continuities springboard from the original 1978 Halloween. So basically for timeline, I call it timeline A. It'll be Halloween, which kind of sets up Laurie, her and Michael, everything. And then Halloween 2, which introduces the fact that she is Michael's sister. That's kind of the carrying piece that bleeds its way into two other continuities, but you just got to keep 1 and 2 in mind as one complete piece. For this timeline at least. And then from there you go Halloween 4, 5, 6. That is the original run of Halloween movies. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 are what is known as the Thorn trilogy, which kind of explores this cult origin to Michael, and it can be pretty much viewed as its own continuity. So again, it's using the springboard of 1 and 2, and then it goes the 4, 5, 6 Thorn trilogy. Then from there we have timeline B, which would consist of H2O after Halloween 1 and 2, using Halloween 1 and 2 as the springboard, and the fact that Michael is still Laurie's brother. It goes from there from Halloween to Halloween 2 to H2O to Halloween Resurrection. So those four kind of act as a separate one, where it's still Michael has this kind of like bloodlust for his relatives, but it kind of takes a weird direction after H2O, because H2O was supposed to serve as kind of a book ending. It ignores the continuity of 4, 5, and 6 because obviously Laurie was declared dead in Halloween 4. Some people try to say that 4, 5, and 6 can exist in the continuity with H2O. I don't know. I think it's just easier to kind of let that baggage go. People say she faked her death or something. I don't buy it. I'd completely just act like 1, 2, H2O, and Resurrection are their own franchise, or is its own timeline, because it really doesn't make sense in that context. Another thing too that you got to consider is that in Resurrection, Laurie dies actually, but of course in the next preceding one, she is alive, of course, which completely negates that. As well as that, they of course never reference H2O or those events ever again. So again, Halloween 1, 2, H2O, Resurrection. So next up is Halloween 2007 and Halloween 2, 2009. So these two are pretty much their own Rob Zombie remake continuity. They kind of came out in the remake craze when they were doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and then they of course put out this Halloween remake in 2007 directed by Rob Zombie, and that one kind of is a complete clean slate based on nothing else before it. It's just it retells the origin story and kind of goes in its own direction, and then 2 is just the extension of that first remake movie. So those two are just kind of in their own pocket universe, nothing in connection with the originals. And then from there is kind of where we get into the meat of it, which is this new continuity. Very confusingly, this 2018 movie is titled just Halloween, even though it's a sequel, but whatever, we're not going to get over the fact that, I mean, there's 3 movies titled Halloween, so you got to identify them by year. What you need to know for this sequel series is that there's Halloween 1978, and then nothing else after that, clean slate. All you need for this is Halloween 1978, and then there's Halloween 2018, which is a sequel to that, ignores the Michael Laurie brother sister stuff, so that's not part of it. Michael's pretty much completely motiveless for this one, and there's nothing you really need to take according to that. And then, of course, after Halloween 2018, there's Halloween Kills from last year, 2021, and that takes place on the same night as Halloween 2018, just kind of acts as a direct sequel to that. Everything that happens after Halloween 2018 is answered in Halloween Kills, and then from there, that brings us to Halloween Ends, which comes out this Friday. So all you need to know for Halloween Ends is 1978, 2018, both titled Halloween, unfortunately. Halloween Kills from 2021, and then you're all good to watch Halloween Ends. You don't need anything else, but this really is kind of a choose your own storyline. So you have these different continuities, and you can kind of pick and choose which one's your favorite, which motive is your favorite, because each one really kind of has a different motive. And then there's also the connection between Laurie and Michael is different for a couple of them. Interestingly enough, though, the Rob Zombie one actually kept that Michael and Laurie are brothers and sisters. So it just, I don't know. It's all canon. It's whatever you want to make of it. But again, for Ends, all you need is 2018 or 1978, 2018, and then Kills. And then you're good to go. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of the Halloween timelines. There's other franchises that kind of have this similar situation, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and some of the other franchises. So I'll probably do a video on one of them once I find one I like and one that I'm interested in doing. For now, have a good one.